Well, good morning, cyber friends. This is Mitty Man coming again at you from Walker's Music with yet another word for the day. I wanted to say that Mitty Man did not get a chance on yesterday to do his word for the day. I'm very heavily involved in my studio, getting remodeled, and we get some work done on it and to it, and so we did not get a chance to do anything at all in way of computering yesterday. But we come back today. Nevertheless, me and my buddy, we still got a lot of more work that we need to try to do, but we got to finish up the day. So we got a revival meeting the rest of the week. So we want to give God all the praise and the glory and the honor and the praise for life and health and strength for as well as it is. I know y'all watching this, and you're looking at this video titled Megachurches. In other words, megachurches and mainstream preachers condemned. Now the reason why, and first of all, let me give a shout out to the Bible study, all the co-laborers in the Bible study. We honor y'all this morning. I wanted to say something though. I was watching, matter of fact, I was looking through YouTube the other day. I believe it was Friday. I'm not for certain. It may have been Saturday. But I was looking and I ran across a video. In this particular video, it had a picture of all your mainstream preachers like George Meyer, T.D. Jakes, Joel Osteen, and these, most all of them, matter of fact, just about everyone, they had labeled and they had pictures of them. All of your mainstream preachers that you see on TV, Benny Hinn, they had out the whole 9 yards. And they were saying, they said that these ministers, they were, in so many words, they would call them crooks. People, they would call them crooks. And they were saying, Jesus, they're not preaching the gospel that Jesus preached. Well, I don't know about all that, people, but Jesus told me. Now, I don't know what he told you. But from what I can read in the Word, Jesus said, you shall know them by their what? Fruit. He didn't say you would know them by the size of their church, but you would know them by their fruit. So now, when I looked at this, I didn't even bother to even look at the video. I don't want to hear nothing negative about brothers and sisters. I don't want to hear nothing negative. In other words, it's not my job to judge. But nevertheless, Jesus told me I can look at the fruit. So the last time I checked, T.D. Jakes and them were involved in all kind of outreaches. They helping people here. They helping people overseas. They building schools. They feeding the hungry. They clothing the naked. Wait a minute. They doing that? But I thought they were crooks. Look at George Meyer. They hand them hope. They doing all these things with the young girls and they keeping them in, the unwed mothers and everything, the young girls, and they giving them a place to stay in. And giving them education and clothing and food, they feeding and they get educating them, making them all successful in society. Wait a minute. God would approve of that. Wait a minute. Let's go on. You got people. Well, Joyce Meyer, she's not a mega church pastor per se, but she is a mainstream evangelist going all over the world, preaching, and yet it's still her hand of hope helps thousands. And they are digging wells like James Robinson. They digging wells. These kids drinking this dirty, nasty water. People, y'all, I wouldn't even want to bathe in that water. But they are having to drink that water. But yet it's still James Robinson with the help of the partners. They are digging wells to get them kids clean water. And you call them crooks? Wait a minute. T.D. Jakes, George Meyer, James Ross, Benny Hinn, they go all over the world preaching the gospel. And as far as I can see, I don't see anything. Okay, they selling books. They said, well, people, God told us to be productive. That was the first commandment he gave to man. Be fruitful, meaning being productive. He wants us to produce something. I think what it is, a lot of times, we on the outside looking in, we just see the glamour. We see the lights, the cameras, and the action. In other words, a mega church. What is a mega church, people? I guarantee you half of the people that talk about megachurches don't even really know the basic definition of a megachurch. And it's not what you think. Megachurch is just a church that has in the excess, in the basic term, of 2,000 members a week. 2,000 members shows up on a weekend for services. That's the only that's the basic definition of a megachurch. You guys, which is the largest megachurch in the world, is in Seoul, Korea. Dr. Cho. He has something like over 500,000 in his congregation. Matter of fact, I think that number now might be close around about 1 million. It should be close to it. But that's what makes the church mega, is because of the amount of people that attend the church. In other words, my home church over here at Antioch will not qualify for a mega church because we don't have that many members that attend that church. And the only difference between Antioch and Potter's House, as far as being the attendance, is the fact that TDJ happen to have a camera that he reach, and their outreach is much further than my little church. But you know what? Antioch don't have any reason to try to talk bad about Potter's House when they can get involved themselves. Or you can get in. You don't have to be on TV in order to be effective. God just told us to be fruitful on whatever level. Use what you got. So I didn't even look. I didn't even busy myself even watching this video, criticizing and these here preachers and things, especially when I don't know anything about these preachers. I don't look at their books. I don't keep their books. Only thing I see is what I see on TV. But I also see the outreaches, that what they're doing. And I don't think they can post them lies up there as advertisement, because I think the law will get them for doing that. They are in these outreaches. They are helping people. They are reaching out. So this is something that I don't see the quote-unquote unmega churches doing. No matter on what level they are. You got very, very few churches that really get actively involved in reaching out to the poor and helping anybody in the community. Now, if you are mad and you are jealous because of what T.D. Jakes are doing, why don't you join him? Stop being jealous of him. Stop being jealous of Joyce Meyer and start sending in some money to help her do what she's doing, as well as all the rest of these mainstream, quote-unquote, mega preachers y'all say. I'm not against them, because, see, I'm looking at their fruit. And what I see them doing, that's what Jesus recommended that we do. So in other words, people talk, yeah, but it ain't got to be about all these books and all. Please, people, please, let me tell you something. When Jesus was preaching, he was preaching from Peter's boat. Peter's boat has gotten much bigger now. We need to stop being so narrow-minded and jealous. That's what it is. We are narrow-minded and jealous of the ones that are out here in the mainstream, the mega churches, you call them. They are actively involved in doing what thus says the Lord. I'm not saying that everybody, people, is for real. I know better. But I'm saying, don't judge people. Don't throw rocks. In other words, give the people credit where credit is due. Now, if I were to see T.D. Jakes or Joyce Meyer in my own personal experience and relationship, and I knew exactly what they were doing was wrong, I would dare not sit here and try to cover up for them. But I haven't seen anything that they've done wrong. So with these mega churches and these mega preachers and all, you call them what you want to, you can say what you will, you can try to downgrade them and everything. But from what I can see, as far as what I can see, what I see advertised, they are actively involved in doing the work of Christ. They are feeding the hungry. They are taking care of the poor. And that is exactly what Jesus told us to do. So in other words, if you are a church and you got a problem with a mega church, maybe you should look at what a mega church does, and then you get on board with that mega church and do what you can. You may not have a 2,000 plus membership every week, but you take that 100 or that 200 that you do have, and then you join your resources together, and then join up with Potter's House, join up with Noah, with Joel, join up with them, and you will still be making the same effect. This is what Jesus wanted us to do. Not to just get on YouTube and cut each other down. That's not what we should use YouTube for. And I'm gonna be honest with you, middleman do not intend to use the YouTube as a cut down mechanism to downgrade everybody but me. Everybody wrong but middleman. Nah, something wrong with that picture. This is middleman saying whatever you get. Whatever you get into, God is not in it. Please, man, please, sir, come on out of it, because it's going to come to nothing. This is middleman until tonight, the Bible study, or another video, whichever comes first. Peace and goodbye.